Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learning with Jelly. So, today we're on Module 2, Lesson 7, still talking about methods of strings. If you've missed the last three videos, I highly recommend that you go back and look at those when we first introduce strings and start talking about other methods. So, our agenda for today is that we're going to recall the definition of a method. We've been repeating this every lecture, so you know that is very important. And we're going to utilize the dot split method that's going to be able to split a string into a list. And we want to note how this dot split method is important when we do things like exploration and natural language processing and things of that nature. So, to recall, strings are text data types that are surrounded in single or double quotes. Yes, numbers can be strings if they are surrounded in quotes. So, what is a method? So, we've seen this in the last two videos. Everything in Python is an object. The variables that we create are objects. The models that we create are objects. The visuals that we create are objects. And a method you can think of as an action or transformation that the object does, and it usually has parentheses after it. So the example is our nice basketball. And the method of what the basketball can do or the actions would be dot bounce or dot shoot. And it has the parentheses. So using dot split. So using dot split can help you separate items into a list based off a delimiter. So, what is a delimiter? You may have heard of this word when working with comma separated value files or CSV files. CSV files are separated by commas. Therefore, the comma is a delimiter. But a delimiter can also be a hyphen, a blank, aka an empty string, or anything. So it's important that when using the dot split method that it is optional to put in the optional parameter is the delimiter, okay? So you want to make sure that when you're doing the dot split that you call the right delimiter. And there's more in the documentation. You'll have access to this notebook and the link would be in the description below. So let's look at this. So I have department, I have ID hyphen 5 hyphen HR, and I want to split this string by the hyphen. So I'm going to call the object, which is department, call the dot split and split on that hyphen and see how I get a list of all the pieces. Okay. I also can check the data type of this. So say for instance, once I do the split, I stored it as the object out. I want to see what out actually is, and it tells me that it's a list. And it's important to know your data types. It helps you when exploring your data once we get into data sets, things of that nature. Okay, so we want to split this string below that we have. So it says split the string below and store it as a new variable called new output. So it looks like my string here in Mr. John Doe can be split on spaces. So I'm just going to call the object, which is name, because that's what I want to split. And I want to split based off of a space. So I'm just going to put double quotes with a space right in it. And now I can print out the new output. So new output that I have. And I get my list of all of the pieces that I have in that string. Okay. So good for exploration. So in summary, everything in Python is an object. Objects have its own method and attributes. And you can use the dot split to split a string by a delimiter, which is going to be important if you're doing any type of natural language processing and you want to split down bigger pieces of documents into smaller tokens. Okay, that is all for this lesson. Thank you for tuning in with Learning with Jelly. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on part 4 about strings in the next video.